If you ever drive down Route 66 at night and see a woman walking alone, don't stop. Don't mock. Just keep driving. That's how the legend begins. The Arizona sun burned low over the desert highway, spilling gold across the endless road. The world was quiet, until the sound of 3 roaring engines shattered it. 3 bikers thundered down the open highway. Jake, Rico, and Tanner, laughing, leather jackets glinting in the sun. "Check that out," Jake said, spotting her. A woman walking alone. No car, no bag, just a white tank top, jeans, and wind in her hair. Rico smirked. "She looks lost. Let's go be gentlemen." They slowed, tires crunching against gravel, as they pulled over beside her. Dust rolled through the air. The woman didn't look up, just kept walking. Jake called out, "Hey, sweetheart, you lost?" No reply. "Don't ignore us," Tanner said, half laughing. She turned slightly, eyes glinting in the fading light. "I'm fine. Please keep going." Jake grinned. "Come on, we're just having fun." "Yeah," Rico added. "You shouldn't be out here alone. Dangerous road." Her jaw tightened. "You're right," she said quietly. "It is." Something about her tone, calm, certain, made Rico's smile fade for a second. But Jake stepped closer anyway. He reached out, hand brushing her shoulder. And that was the moment the wind died. The air grew still. Even the desert seemed to stop breathing. "Hey," Tanner muttered, uneasy. "Why'd it get so cold?" Then she turned fully toward them, and everything changed. Her eyes weren't just brown anymore. They flickered gold, like molten light behind glass. "Please," she said softly, "don't make this worse." Jake scoffed. "Or what, sweetheart?" Her gaze didn't waver. The road hummed beneath their boots, faint but rising. The air bent like heat waves, static crawling through the dust. The motorcycles behind them flickered, lights blinking as if afraid. Rico took a step back. "Jake, something's wrong." Then came the voice. Hers. Calm, echoing. "I warned you." The sky darkened. No clouds, no warning. Just thunder rolling from nowhere. The bikers laughed nervously. "What the hell?" Her hair lifted, weightless in the unseen current. Sparks danced in her palms. The desert itself seemed to lean away from her. Jake whispered, "Who are you?" She looked at him, and the horizon lit up with a flash of lightning. "I'm what you shouldn't have awakened." And then the storm began. Wind exploded around them, howling with a sound like screams from another world. Sand whipped through the air, slicing skin, stinging eyes. Rico dropped to his knees. "Please, we were just joking." Evelyn Cross, for that was her name, stood at the center of the chaos, untouched. The glow in her eyes burned brighter than lightning. Jake stumbled backward. "What are you?" "I was Mercy once," she said, her voice echoing with something ancient. "But mercy dies where cruelty laughs." Her words carried power. Every syllable struck the air like thunder. Suddenly, visions erupted in their minds. Flashes of faces they'd hurt, people they'd mocked, lives they'd made miserable. Every cruel laugh echoed back, louder and louder, until they couldn't tell if the screams were theirs or the storm's. "Please stop." Tanner cried. "We're sorry." Evelyn's face softened, but she didn't move. "Sorry isn't silence," she said. "It's understanding." But understanding always comes too late. Lightning struck beside Jake's boots, the ground cracking open with blinding light. He tried to run, but the road itself held him, trembling beneath his weight. Rico reached his bike, jamming the key into the ignition. The engine sputtered and died. The storm screamed louder. The air shimmered gold. And for a moment, Evelyn's voice rose like a hymn, words older than time, carried on the wind. Then came the final flash. When it faded, only silence remained. The road was empty. 3 tire marks, burned deep into the asphalt. The air smelled like rain and ash. Evelyn stood alone. The desert quieted again, bowing in reverence. She looked up at the horizon. Let them remember. And the storm vanished. By dawn, a patrol officer from Flagstaff found the stretch of highway eerily warm. No bodies, no bikes, only scorched asphalt in a perfect circle, as if lightning had chosen carefully. The story spread fast through Arizona. They called her the Roadkeeper, a spirit of justice haunting Route 66. And from that day, no one mocked strangers on that road again. Months passed. A lone biker, Cole Mercer, rode through the same stretch of highway at dusk. The sky was bruised with thunderclouds, the desert wind restless. He'd heard the stories at the diner in Winslow. They said the road was cursed, that if you mocked a stranger, the wind would remember. Cole laughed at that kind of talk. Ghost story for truckers, he'd said. But as lightning flickered across the horizon, his laughter died. His engine coughed once, twice, then went silent. The road ahead was empty, except for a faint figure standing in the distance. A woman, still, watching. He blinked, and she was closer. "Hey," he called nervously. "You need help?" No answer, only the whisper of wind. When he looked again, she was gone. Panic crept into his chest. He turned the key. The bike wouldn't start. A low rumble of thunder rolled across the desert, and then he heard it. A voice, soft as rain, cold as lightning. Kindness is survival. The sky split open. A white flash filled the night. By morning, the diner sign flickered in the breeze. Respect all. Harm none. The wind remembers. They found Cole's bike standing upright on the road. The engine warm. No rider. Locals began leaving flowers near mile marker 237. Not for mourning, but for remembrance. An old man at the counter told travelers, "She was human once, but cruelty turns hearts into storms." And so her legend grew, whispered in every storm, carried by every wind. Some said Evelyn Cross was vengeance. Others said she was grace. But those who listened carefully knew the truth. She wasn't there to punish. She was there to remind that every word we speak, every act of cruelty or kindness, ripples through the world and comes back one way or another, because some roads are paved with stone and some are paved with justice. If you felt this story, share it. Tell someone to choose kindness, because the world doesn't forget what we give it. Neither does the road.